This is about The Little Things movie. One morning in Bakersfield, Kern County Deputy Sheriff Joe Deacon is called to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to collect evidence pertaining to a recent murder. For whatever reason, he's not well liked there. Flo Dunnigan, the coroner, is one of the few folks who are happy to see him. But his reputation as a good detective precedes him. Soon enough he ends up on a case with recently appointed lead detective Jimmy Baxter that seems eerily similar to an old serial murder case he was unable to solve. Baxter learns from Captain Ferris that Deacon gets divorced and suffers a heart attack due to his obsession with the case. However, he tells Baxter not to involve Deacon any further and that he needs to take vacation time. Despite this warning, Deacon decides to help Baxter solve the case. The following night, police found another body strung up beneath a bridge. Baxter determined that MO was consistent with the first victim and earlier murders. All prostitutes were stabbed to death. Deacon investigated Albert Sparma, a suspect who worked nearby on repair store premises. He watched Sparma closely until the suspect knew he was being followed and taunted him by parking on the highway near one of the murder sites that evening. When police questioned him, he mocked them while in interrogation, provoked an angry outburst from Deacon and was released without charge because his words violated no law. During this part of the movie only one person had seen one of the killer's faces, that of the girl who had appeared at the beginning of movie standing next to Deacon, but she saw Sparma in the corridor when he was brought back after giving testimony, so her testimony was useless to detectives who could not pursue or follow up on it then or later on in movie. 2 days after the Sparma's apartment is searched, Deacon and Baxter search the man's laptop in a cyber lab. Baxter echoes Ferris' warning that Sparma would be an unreliable suspect because he was obsessed with crime. As they do so, they are interrupted by a call from Ferris, who informs them that 8 years ago Sparma insisted to police that he didn't commit a murder 10 miles away but could not have done it at the time due to proximity. They grow suspicious again about where Rathbun could be hiding when Sparma's radio crackles out a dispatch for "Officer down," and then sees him watching from afar before calling again to warn of their coming pursuit. The next night on his own, Deacon follows Sparma to the Ponderosa strip club, where he gets evidence confirming Rathbun has been there weeks prior. In order to gain important evidence from Sparma without compromising themselves any further, Deacon agrees to let him drive them both to where Rathbun allegedly buried her as long as he goes along, despite not knowing if Rathbun is still even alive. As they head off, their suspicions turn out to be right. Sparma drives them into another trap in act of revenge. Sparma takes Baxter to the desert and tells him that he never killed anyone. Baxter is not convinced and continues digging. Sparma starts taunting him, until Baxter snaps and hits him with a shovel, killing him. As Deacon arrives, flashbacks reveal that he accidentally shot one of the survivors of his last murder case, which Ferris and Dunnigan helped cover up. Deacon instructs Baxter to bury Sparma in the desert at night. The following day when he returns, it turns out that Baxter has not buried Sparma and is still searching for the victim. He's desperate to believe Sparma is the killer so he can finally close this case with a clean conscience. Deacon advises him to forget about this case or it will haunt him for life. Later, Baxter receives an envelope from Deacon, which is addressed with a beret like Rhonda Rathbun was wearing when she was abducted. In Kern County, Deacon burns everything he collected in the apartment and a new 4-pack of berets that's missing a red beret. In this video, I'm going to show you an analysis of the screenwriting pattern in which serial killers are apprehended in crime or investigative thrillers. Firstly, set up the world. Some believe that it's a pattern for serial killers to have a signature, either personal or behavioral. Mostly the protagonist would be the cop or a detective, who is appointed to solve this serial killer case, and he won't get any help from anyone. We should create confusion to show other characters to progress the story. Protagonist should get a small clue and it looks like he got the lead and is trying to find the killer. Then only the audience hooks to the suspense. Now it's time for mislead. Protagonist strongly suspects an innocent person, that person might have made any other mistake, not this crime. The protagonist of a film should get pressure from higher officials to leave this case. Because of no progress. Killer is killing innocents again to build up the tension. Protagonist is also thinking of leaving this case. Mostly this becomes a midpoint of the movie. Protagonist recollects a small incident and goes back to his investigation again. Now he or she is looking for the suspect and needs to find them red-handed. Few movies reveal the killer to an audience, and not the characters to satisfy the audience's anticipation. Few movies surprise the audience to find the real killer. I hope you like this movie plot and my analysis on writing a crime thriller. Please share and subscribe to this channel. Moviefulgent. Thanks for watching.